Before this video begins, just know this is my opinion. It's not right, it's not wrong, it's just my thoughts. I want to know your guys' thoughts on all of these video games, how you rank them. I created this tier list myself. It'll be linked in the description below if you want to check it out, and send me some screenshots on Twitter letting me know how you guys are ranking these games. So without further ado, let's get into it. We got games from 1989 all the way up to current day 2023. Let's get right into this, and we're going to start off with ECW Anarchy Rules. I've actually never played Anarchy Rules, so we're going to put that right there. I have played Hardcore Revolution, however. It's not the greatest. It's not the worst. I'm gonna put it at C. It's kind of like just there, you know. Lucha Libre Heroes del Ring. I've never played this, but I actually do want a copy for it on the Xbox 360, right behind me. We'll get to it at some point. TNA Impact. I have played this game a little bit. I've seen a lot more gameplay of it than I've actually played it myself. But I mean, it's not a bad game. I don't think it deserves. I think we'll put it as C. If there was like pluses and minuses, it'd be a C plus, and Revolution be like a C or a C minus, something like that. WCW Backstage Assault. I have never played Backstage Assault. I know a lot of people don't like it, but from what I've seen, it doesn't look that good. However, I've never played it, so I can't give it an actual ranking. WCW Mayhem. I was more of like an Attitude and a Warzone guy. I wasn't really a WCW kind of guy. Where is Mayhem going? I have played it. I've played it a little bit, not too much, but I'm thinking on the same level as Impact. Again, don't come at me. This is just my list. This is just my list. WCW Nitro. I do own a copy of this game. I have played it before. We got some WCW content coming soon, so make sure you subscribe if you aren't already. We'll put a C tier. WCW NWO Revenge. This is arguably the greatest WCW game of all time. Where are we? It's definitely going B or A. I'm leaning towards B right now, and I think I'm actually gonna keep it in the B tier. We'll keep Revenge in the B tier. WCW NWO Thunder. This, I think I would actually put on the same level as Revenge, kind of like maybe a B minus at best. WCW Super Brawl on the SNES. I have never played that game. I'm also looking for it. Add it to the collection of growing wrestling games, amongst other things that I have on that shelf. Alongside WCW The Main Event for the Game Boy. I don't own a copy of that. I've never played it. WCW NWO World Tour on the N64. World Tour, I think I'm going to go ahead and put in a B tier. I think we'll do B. We got WCW versus The World. I'm going to put The World in C tier. Don't come at me. Don't come at me. This is my list. We got WCW Wrestling from 1989 on the original Nintendo system. I have never played this. I do own a copy of it though, which is really cool. We got, well, going into modern day WWE now, we got WWE 12. This was not a bad game. A lot of people hate on it. It is not terrible, especially Road to WrestleMania. I think that was kind of the main selling point. Do I do C or B though? It's kind of like a C plus B minus type game for me. We're gonna put it at C. I may move it later. I may move these all later, but I'm pretty firm with them right now. WWE 13, I'm just gonna put in the B tier. Attitude Era mode, obviously it could have been better, but it was a lot of fun. Gameplay was a lot of fun. Online was a lot of fun, so I mean, can't go wrong. 2K Battlegrounds. That's all I'm going to say about it. That's all I'm going to say about it. WWE 2K14, that is an automatic A. 30 years WrestleMania, you had defeat and defend the streak. Online was a lot of fun. 2K14, definitely an A tier for me. We got WWE 2K15 now. Now, I have never seen a farther drop in quality and content between two games. This is where I dropped off right here. I played this and I was like, nope, these games suck. 2K16, I'm going to put in the C. It was a little better. Obviously, the 2K Showcase mode with Stone Cold, that was cool. 2K17, I'm going to put alongside 2K16. I actually have the 2K17 NXT Collector's Edition, little box, sitting up on my bookshelf back there. 2K18, it wasn't as bad as 2K15. It was starting to get a little faster. You know, the rosters were getting better and stuff like that. We'll put it as C tier. 2K19, I'm going to go ahead and put at a B tier. 2K20, I never played. If I did, I know I'd put it in the F because I remember watching that and I was like, wow, this is not it at all. 2K22 kind of brought me back. We'll put it in B tier. Wasn't the greatest. 2K23, I put a D or F. And the only reason I'm saying this is because I pre-ordered the game. I got it day one. I started making content. I started with the 2K Showcase. You'll notice on my channel there's only 2 videos of it. And that's because as soon as I started uploading those, I was like, wow, I don't want to play this anymore. And I immediately switched over to retro content. So I think just because of that, because it kind of switched and shaped how this channel was going to go forward, I think I'm gonna put it at F tier. I've never wanted to get off of a game so fast, which is ironic too because it looks great and you know the roster is up to date and stuff like that. It just wasn't for me. WWE All-Stars, we're gonna go ahead and put that in the B tier. I have played it several times. I actually recently ran a poll where I asked you guys if you wanted to see Fantasy Warfare or Path of Champions, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the B tier. Crush Hour, I have never played Crush Hour. Day of Reckoning 2, I have briefly played the Day of Reckoning series. I don't have a ton of experience with it, but I have seen stuff online and it looks like a lot of fun. So for that, I think I'm gonna put both of them in B tier. Legends of WrestleMania, this game wasn't anything fantastic, it wasn't anything bad, it was just kind of there. A lot of people were upset with the release of this game because SmackDown vs. Raw 2009 didn't have any Legends, and it was because they got their own game, which wasn't the greatest, but I mean, I'm not bothered by it, it's not bothered by me, we go on. WWE Raw 2, I did not ever play the Raw series. Where's the other Raw? I never played either of the Raw games, we're working on it. SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain. This is an A game for me. It's not quite an S. I know it's going to upset a lot of people. I have my preferences, and you're going to see it coming up here in just a couple minutes. Here Comes the Pain was fun. The season mode's a lot of fun. The graphics, you know, for the time were really cool. The animations were awesome. Yeah, I can't put it on an S. I can't. And the same goes for Shut Your Mouth. Now, I do believe, and I spoke about this recently in a video, I think Shut Your Mouth is a little bit better than Here Comes the Pain. We got the original SmackDown vs. Raw. This wasn't anything too crazy. After Here Comes the Pain, you know, it's kind of hard to live up to that hype, so you gotta kind of drop down a little bit. It was a B tier for me. SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. Played this game for like 9-10 years straight. It's too much for me to play now. At least the season mode is. However, because of how iconic it is for me and how much time I spent on it, I have to put it in the S tier. And the same goes for SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, especially since I think 07 is better than Here Comes the Pain and Shut Your Mouth and 2K14. SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. Now, I recently completed the entire Hall of Fame mode in one video. Make sure you go back and watch that if you haven't already. It's still not the greatest because I don't like the season mode. I think it's lackluster. The gameplay slowed down from 07. GM mode is unfinished in my opinion. The fighting style is I'm not a huge fan of because of all the limitations it puts on people. Hall of Fame mode was cool though. You could defend created championships online, which I think was pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and put it. What do I do? I can't put it on the same level as 2K15. I have to put a C tier. It's like a C minus though. SmackDown vs. Raw 2009. Now, because I changed my opinion on 2008 and I ranked it higher than 2009, even though I love the Road to WrestleMania, I am gonna put 2009 at a D. It's not bad. It's not bad, but it's not great, and it has to be ranked higher than 2008. 2010, I'm gonna go ahead and put SmackDown vs. Raw 2010. I'm gonna put it at an A tier. Road to WrestleMania, obviously story designer. 2011, I am gonna put it a B. I felt like the gameplay was a little bit slower, kind of lost out on some backstage options between 2010 and 2011. On the Game Boy Advance, we have Survivor Series. I have never played this, but I do want a copy of it. There's only one Game Boy Advance game I'm missing, and it's WWF Road to WrestleMania, which is this one right here, because I have Road to WrestleMania 18. And I have Survivor Series, I just need this one. And obviously there's a Fire Pro Wrestling one that I think I have. WrestleMania 21, the original Xbox. I don't think I ever played this one. I've heard it's not the greatest, but I mean, we'll figure it out eventually. WrestleMania 19, also a game that I have never played. I was never really like a Nintendo guy, so I'm just now starting to get into it. WWF Attitude, is it better than Warzone? I'd probably say so. It's kind of like a head and shoulders type thing, but for Attitude for me, I think I'm gonna go ahead and put that. I'm gonna put it at a B tier. WWF Betrayal on the Game Boy Color. I was never really a handheld guy, so I mean, I had the Game Boy Advance, but I never had anything else. WWF In Your House. I do own a copy of this. I actually own the PS1 copy. I own the Sega Saturn copy, but I don't think I've ever played it. King of the Ring on the OG Game Boy, huh? I do own it, but again, I've never played it, so we're just gonna put that right over there. All right, WWF No Mercy. That is an A tier game for me. It's not quite S. WWF Rage in the Cage for the Sega CD. Oh my goodness, we are really dating ourselves here. I am looking for it. I don't currently own it. WWF Raw. I own this game I own the Game Gear copy. Is it the SNES copy? Yeah, SNES and original Game Boy, and there's another copy I own. I've never played it, so we're gonna put it right over there. WWF Road to WrestleMania. It's the last Game Boy Advance game I'm looking for. I have not ever played it, so we're gonna go ahead and put that right there. Road to WrestleMania 18 is in the same boat, but I own it. WWF Royal Rumble on the Super Nintendo. I have actually played this because I have a Super Nintendo right here. We're gonna start getting some SNES content going in a little bit. It's not my favorite. I give a C tier. These Super Nintendo and original Nintendo games, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, it's like No Mercy. But you know, for what it was, like it's pretty cool. WWF Royal Rumble on the Sega Dreamcast. It's actually the only Dreamcast game that I own. as of right now. I have never played it though. Oh, we're starting to get into the SmackDown. SmackDown 2, Know Your Role. I mean, I'll give it a C tier. Same with the original SmackDown. We'll go and give that. We'll give it a C tier. We'll give it a C tier, kind of in the middle. SmackDown, just bring it. I did enjoy the season mode. Can I really give this a D though? I think I'm going to. I did enjoy the season mode very much, but it was extremely short, and I was hoping for way more. So because of a lack of content, I'll say we'll give it a D. It's like a D plus C minus type thing. Super WrestleMania on the Super Nintendo. I have played this game, actually. I actually own it as well. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in the C tier. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. For the original Game Boy, we have WWF Superstars. I have never played that. Same with Superstars 2. Never played it. WWF Warzone. I have played this. And I think it's on... See, I wish I'd done like minuses and pluses. I am going to put it on the same level as Attitude, because I enjoyed them both equally, even though it's a head and shoulders comparison. I don't think it's deserving of a C. What is it? It's WWF WrestleMania on the NES right here, I believe. I don't think I've ever played this before, even though I do own a copy of it. So we're going to put it under never played. WrestleMania 2000. That goes, yeah, we'll do that right next to No Mercy right there. That's good. We got WrestleMania Challenge here. WrestleMania Challenge I have never owned or played, so it's gonna go there. Steel Cage Challenge in the same boat. WrestleMania the arcade game in the same boat, and then Road to WrestleMania 18 on the GameCube. I don't think I've ever played. So that's gonna go right there. I think I want to move one of these to the S tier. And I think I'm gonna go No Mercy. 2K22. I'm gonna move it down to the C tier because I actually remember the Rey Mysterio showcase being a little lackluster, and I wasn't a fan of the like My Rise. I think I'm actually gonna move TNA Impact to B tier. We're gonna put 12 here with 13 in the B tier. I think I like that better. 2K15, I'm actually gonna move over to the F tier along with 2K23. That's just not for me. I think I'm actually going to move SmackDown, just bring it up here. 2K15 and 2K23 down in the F tier, and then these are the games that I've never played. So that is our tier list. Again, I will leave this tier list down in the description below if you want to rank these games yourself. Let me know what you guys think about my list in the comment section below. Did I get anything right? Did I get anything wrong? Sound off in the comment section below. And that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys for watching. Check out some of the other videos on the screen right now, and we'll catch you in the next one.